Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Few people in modern history have experienced as many dramatic highs and lows as Donald Trump. From building skyscrapers in New York City to becoming a television star, surviving major financial setbacks, and eventually reaching the White House, his journey has been anything but ordinary. Whether you admire him or disagree with him, one thing is certain. Donald Trump's story is a powerful example of ambition, resilience, and the ability to reinvent yourself when the odds seem stacked against you. In today's video, we'll take a balanced look at his life, his business career, his rise to political power, and the lessons that can be learned from one of the most talked about figures of our time. Let's get started. Donald John Trump was born on June 14th, 1946, in Queens, New York City. He grew up in a large family with 4 siblings and was raised by his parents, Fred and Mary Trump. His father was a successful real estate developer who built housing projects throughout New York City, while his mother had immigrated from Scotland and played a major role in raising the family. Growing up, Donald was known for being energetic, competitive, and confident. These traits would later become some of the defining characteristics of his public image. As a teenager, his parents decided to send him to the New York Military Academy. The structured environment helped him develop discipline, leadership skills, and a strong work ethic. Rather than resisting the experience, he embraced it. After graduating, Trump attended Fordham University before transferring to the prestigious Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. In 1968, he earned a degree in economics and prepared to enter the family business. At this point, his future seemed clear. He could simply continue what his father had built. But Donald Trump had bigger ambitions. He wasn't interested in staying in the background. He wanted to make a name for himself. After joining his father's company, Trump began looking for opportunities beyond the outer boroughs of New York. His attention quickly turned to Manhattan. At the time, many investors viewed New York City as a risky place to do business. Crime was high, the economy was struggling, and many major properties were in decline. But Trump saw opportunity where others saw problems. One of his first major successes came when he helped redevelop the aging Commodore Hotel near Grand Central Terminal. Working with business partners and city officials, he transformed the property into the Grand Hyatt Hotel. The project became a success and helped establish him as a serious player in the New York real estate market. Soon after came what would become one of his most famous developments, Trump Tower. Completed in 1983, the building quickly became a symbol of luxury and success. Its striking design and prime location attracted attention from around the world. As his reputation grew, so did his business empire. Trump expanded into hotels, golf courses, resorts, and casinos. One of the most ambitious projects was the Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, which was promoted as one of the most spectacular casinos in the world. By the late 1980s, Donald Trump had become one of America's most recognizable businessmen. Everything seemed to be moving in one direction, but success doesn't always last forever. And one of the biggest challenges of his life was just around the corner. The early 1990s brought serious problems. Several of Trump's businesses had taken on significant debt during years of rapid expansion. When economic conditions weakened, many of those investments began struggling. Suddenly, the businessman who had spent years appearing on magazine covers found himself facing enormous financial pressure. News outlets openly questioned whether his empire would survive. Critics predicted the end of his career. For many people, such a setback would have been impossible to recover from. But Trump chose a different path. Rather than giving up, he entered negotiations with lenders and financial institutions. Assets were sold, debts were restructured, and difficult decisions had to be made. The process was far from easy. However, over time, he managed to stabilize his business operations and rebuild much of what had been lost. This chapter of his life offers an important lesson. Success is not measured by how many times things go right. It's often measured by how you respond when things go wrong. And Trump wasn't finished reinventing himself yet. His next move would make him famous far beyond the business world. By the early 2000s, Donald Trump had become more than a businessman. He had become a brand. His name appeared on buildings, products, books, and business ventures around the world. Then in 2004, he entered an entirely different industry, television. Trump became the host of a reality show called The Apprentice. The concept was simple. Contestants competed in business-related challenges for the opportunity to work within the Trump organization. Week after week, millions of viewers tuned in to watch. The show became a major success, and one phrase became instantly recognizable around the world. You're fired. The Apprentice introduced Trump to a new generation and helped transform him into a global celebrity. His public profile grew larger than ever before. But while most people viewed television success as the peak of his career, Trump had another goal in mind, one that would surprise the entire world. While his professional life often dominated headlines, Trump's personal life also attracted significant public attention. Over the years, he has been married 3 times. His first marriage was to Ivana Zelnikova in 1977. Together they had 3 children, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. The couple became one of the most recognized power couples of the 1980s before eventually divorcing in 1992. In 1993, Trump married actress Marla Maples. Together they welcomed a daughter, Tiffany. Their marriage ended in 1999. Several years later, Trump married Melania Naus, a model originally from Slovenia. The couple married in 2005 and later welcomed their son, Barron. Throughout the years, many of Trump's children became involved in business and public life, often working within the Trump organization and later playing visible roles during his political career. As his family continued growing, another chapter of his life was about to begin, one that few people saw coming. For years, Donald Trump occasionally discussed politics, but few people expected him to run for president. That changed in 2015. Standing inside Trump Tower, he officially announced his campaign for President of the United States. His slogan was simple and memorable: Make America Great Again. Many political analysts dismissed his chances. After all, he had never held elected office. He had no traditional political experience, and he was competing against established politicians who had spent decades preparing for national leadership. Yet something unexpected happened. His message connected with millions of voters. Large rallies began drawing crowds across the country. Media coverage intensified, and before long, Trump secured the Republican nomination. Then came the 2016 presidential election. In one of the most surprising outcomes in modern American politics, Donald Trump defeated Hillary Clinton and became the 45th president of the United States. The businessman from Queens had reached the White House. Trump's presidency was one of the most closely watched and debated periods in recent American history. Supporters praised his efforts to reduce regulations, encourage business investment, and lower taxes. One of the administration's major economic initiatives was a series of tax cuts designed to stimulate growth and job creation. Immigration also became a central focus. Trump pushed for stronger border security and supported the construction of additional barriers along parts of the U.S.-Mexico border. In foreign policy, he often took unconventional approaches. One of the most notable moments came when he met directly with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, becoming the first sitting U.S. president to do so. At the same time, his administration faced constant political challenges and intense public debate. In 2019, Trump was impeached by the House of Representatives. However, he was later acquitted by the Senate and remained in office. Whether praised or criticized, his presidency remained at the center of global attention. Then came 2020, and with it, a challenge that would reshape the world. The COVID-19 pandemic affected nearly every aspect of life across the globe. It also transformed the political landscape in the United States. In the 2020 election, Trump faced former Vice President Joe Biden. After a closely watched election, Biden was declared the winner. Trump challenged the outcome and raised concerns about the election process, leading to significant political tension across the country. The situation eventually culminated in the events of January 6, 2021, when a riot occurred at the U.S. Capitol. The event became one of the most discussed and controversial moments in modern American history. On January 20th, 2021, Trump left office and returned to private life. Many observers believed his political influence would fade, but that prediction proved premature. Even outside the White House, Trump remained one of the most influential figures in American politics, business, and media. Donald Trump's journey is one of remarkable ambition, extraordinary success, major setbacks, and repeated comebacks. From a young man growing up in Queens to a real estate developer, television personality, and President of the United States, his path has been unlike almost any other. Some view him as an inspiring example of determination and persistence. Others focus on the controversies and divisions that surrounded his career. But regardless of perspective, his impact on business, media, and politics is impossible to ignore. Perhaps the biggest lesson from his story is that setbacks do not have to define your future. Challenges can become opportunities, failures can become lessons, and resilience can often be the difference between giving up and moving forward. Donald Trump's life reminds us that success is rarely a straight line. It's often a journey filled with obstacles, risks, and unexpected turns. What matters most is how you respond when those moments arrive. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating biographies and inspiring life stories. And now we'd like to hear from you. Which chapter of Donald Trump's journey do you think was the most significant? His rise in real estate, his comeback for financial struggles, his success on television, or his political career? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.